All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, B'chak Kodash. Double is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And this is part 3 of Paul, the apostle of the Gentiles. And once again, in this lesson, I wanted to show and prove that the Gentiles whom the Apostle Paul was preaching to were Israelites, okay? They was in a Gentile state of mind, but they were Israelites, all right? And this is a point that the Christians don't understand, but even some Hebrew Israelites, okay? And you have this recent controversy of this, so I just wanted to continue on this series, and Lord willing, this be helpful unto you brothers and sisters out there of the hopeful elect, all right? So I'm going to start here in Galatians chapter 3, and I have up the Christian Standard Bible, and I want to start here in Galatians chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, "For all who rely on the works of the law are under a curse." Now keep in mind, okay, that the Apostle Paul is writing this letter unto the believers inside of Galatia. Now, for the most part, people think that these Galatians were non-Israelites. Okay, that's the global mindset or acceptance. Okay, that these Galatians were non-Israelites; they were natural Gentiles who converted, through Christ. Okay, but we have to pay attention to what the Apostle Paul is writing here in his letters, man. Okay, once again, listen to what the Paul is going to say, man. Galatians 3 and 10, it says, "For all who rely on the works of the law are under a curse." And the reason that Paul is writing this, because you had some individuals of the circumcision who bewitched the brothers and sisters in Galatia that they should pretty much abandon faith in Yahushua and just solely seek salvation through the law. And so Paul, pretty much got on them, okay? He was getting on them, man. And he was breaking it down to them like, hey, look, man, y'all not going to be saved that way, okay? So reading once again, it says, "For all who rely on the works of the law are under a curse, because it is written, everyone who does not do everything written in the book of the law is cursed." Now, the first question is this: who was the law given to? Okay? Who did the Lord command Moses to give the law to, according to the Bible? Let's get a precept and proof real quick, okay? This is the book of Leviticus chapter 26. In verse 46, it says, "These are the statutes, ordinances, and laws which the Lord established between himself and the Israelites through Moses on Mount Sinai." So we know according to the scriptures that the laws was only given to the Israelites, okay? Nobody else. The children of Israel, man. So going back to Galatians, all right, Paul says once again, it says, everyone who does not do everything written in the book of the law is cursed. We know according to the scriptures that the children of Israel didn't keep all the laws, that we broke that covenant of the law, okay? And we became cursed. It says, now it is clear that no one is justified before the Most High by the law, because the righteous will live by faith. But the law is not based on faith. Instead, the one who does these things will live by them. Verse 13 says, Mashiach redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. Now, listen how Paul worded this, man. He said, Mashiach had redeemed us from the curse of the law. So Paul is including these believers in Galatia, right, to be cursed by the law. If these were non-Israelites, how could they be cursed by the law? How could they be redeemed from the curse of the law if the law wasn't applied to them? If that covenant wasn't made with them, okay? These are questions you got to ask yourself, man. Why is he saying us to these so-called natural Gentiles? That don't apply to them. So something should ring in your mind, man. That these Galatians had to be Israelites. If they wasn't, Paul wouldn't say us, okay? And now, let's further prove that only the children of Israel were cursed by the law, okay? And not all people, man. This is the book of Daniel, all right? Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11, right? It says, all Israel has broken your law and turned away, refusing to obey you. The promised curse written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, has been poured out on us because we have sinned against him. So the us whom Paul is talking about, he was talking about Israelites, man. And those Gentile brothers and sisters, okay, they was cursed, man. But shit, all Israel was cursed. And this is why Yahushua had to come, man. All of Israel was cursed. But really, those Gentile brothers and sisters, man, all right, those Israelite foreigners, that was really messed up, man. They wasn't keeping the law. They was following the Greco-Roman Empire. So now we see why Paul says the word us here in Galatians, okay? So going back to Galatians 3 and 13 again, it says, Mashiach redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. Because it is written, curses everyone who is hung on a tree. So Yahushua became a curse for the Israelites so that we can be redeemed from it, man. All right, the penalty of the law, man. So that we can receive the blessings, all right? The promises, man. We could not receive the promise being cursed. So Yahushua had to do what he did. Verse 14 says, the purpose was that the blessing of Abraham would come to the Gentiles by Mashiach Yahushua. That's why he did what he did, man. Right? It says so that we could receive the promised spirit through faith. So those scattered Israelites, okay, who was bugged out and cursed, man, they can obtain the blessings of Abraham unless they were redeemed from that, man. None of us can receive the blessings unless we were redeemed from that curse. And Yahushua paid their price, man. Okay? So these Galatians were Israelites, man. All right? Now jumping over here to chapter 4, okay? This is Galatians 4. This is Galatians 4. And I'll start at verse 1. It says, now I say that as long as the heir is a child, he differs in no way from a slave, though he is the owner of everything. Instead, he is under guardians and trustees until the time set by his Father. In the same way, we also, when we were children, were in slavery under the elements of the world. When the time came to, when the time came to completion, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those that were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons. He came to redeem those under the law, man. Who was under the law? The Israelites. That's who he came to redeem, man. It's not that hard when you go precept upon precept. Okay? It's really not. So I'm going to close out, man. I pray that was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving our praise and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shai, Bashem, Chakadash, the abundance of the apostle, the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.